Oh man, so Bitcoin is trying to respond at a key level just above 23,500, trying to respond, but the Fed minutes yesterday put another spanner in the works. We're going to watch out for the key levels on the Bitcoin chart. I'm going to show you where we must bounce from, and more importantly, what I'm doing in this market. Make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. As always, check out the links in the description. If you want to buy any crypto, you can do so using BYBIT or BitGet, both offering some amazing bonuses out of the two platforms I personally use to trade. Now, as you can see here, guys, Bitcoin is coming to this critical level. We warned of this on Sunday, right? If you were watching this channel on Sunday, I made a video, which not many of you guys watched, saying we see hidden bearish divergence. I showed you the bearish divergence on the 4-hourly chart, and you saw this week has just been red after red throughout this week. And as you can see, we've come back down to support. What did I say? Support comes in around that EMA ribbon, and also your long-term trend line, this blue trend line here. So as you can see, I've put this rectangle here for ease, and you can see we've dipped into this rectangle. Now we need to see, how does Bitcoin respond? Will Bitcoin bounce out of this rectangle and go post a higher high above 25,200? Or are we going to lose this trend line, in which case 22,000 starts coming to play after, if we lose a support from 22,600 at this pivot point here. So if we break down below here, you have to look towards this pivot point. If we lose 22,500, we're coming back to 22,000. And then it gets nasty back in the channel, but we'll cover that off if that eventuality plays out. What I'm hoping for now is a response. I'm hoping for a response from the EMA ribbon and also from this long-term trend line. You could see yesterday, we managed to close the daily candle above our EMA ribbon. We didn't lose the EMA ribbon. We did wick below it, but we didn't close below it, which is all important. And today is showing a little bit of a response, although we do have to wait for wider markets to open. Now, what's going on? What did the Fed minutes say yesterday? Well, the Fed came out yesterday, and a lot of people are interpreting the minutes as though the Fed will not pivot, and the fact that they may still do 75 basis points. I personally still don't think that's the case, just so you guys know. I think the Fed will come down to 50 basis points, but you can see the market, 25% have priced in the fact that we're still going to see 75 basis point rate hike, okay? So 75% of the market is pricing in 50 basis points, 25% of the market are pricing in a 75 basis point again, i.e. that we're not going to pivot. This is one of the reasons we're starting to see a little bit of weakness in the equity markets since yesterday, okay? So yesterday snapped a 5-day win streak for the equity markets, fallen to the downside, and now you can see that the pre-market is slightly flat on the green side, okay? So 0.12 here on the Dow, NASDAQ 0.13, and they need to navigate this period now. So now you've got a bunch of people who are saying, oh no, maybe the Fed's not going to pivot. I think they're just being panicked out of it. I think the Fed will pivot. I think we have reason to suggest that the Fed will pivot by the time we get to September the 21st. Remember, the next Fed meeting is September the 21st. And what happens before then? Before then, we get Jackson Hole, which is next week. I spoke about that yesterday. Make sure you go watch that. That's where the Fed are going to come together and talk about what I think could be quantitative tightening. That's my guess for what they could be talking about at that meeting next week. But then on September the 13th, you will get the next CPI reading. So 8 days before this meeting is the next CPI reading. If that CPI shows more improvement, we really do think the Fed will just come out with a 50 basis point rate hike, because they won't want to squash the economy too bad, okay? So that's what we're looking forward to. You can see equity markets are starting to move. What the disappointing thing is, Bitcoin was not moving with it. So the S&P and the equity markets had a 5-day win streak, but as you can see, Bitcoin is on a 4-day lose streak here, trying for the 5th day here to get a bounce. So we need to watch out for this level. If you're trading this on the short-term time frame, this is actually a nice setup. I mean, if you had a tight stop loss, this would be a nice textbook buy the dip opportunity to ride this up to an all-time high. Again, do your own research, but that's something you could do on a small time frame if you're looking to get a quick swing trade in there on a bounce. But you'd have to wait for the confirmation of the bounce, enter this trade to the upside. Now, if you guys want to see what my charts are, I know a lot of you have been asking me, what are my charts? I now put my charts on CoinPanel. So go check out CoinPanel, links in description, app.coinpanel.com/Ijaz will take you to see my charts. I'm going to put all my charts here. So far, I've put a couple of my Bitcoin charts. I've put some Phantom charts up there for you guys to watch. I'm going to add all my favorite altcoins on here and chart those for you. Now, you guys know me. I'm a different type of trader to many other people. I want to tie my technicals with fundamentals. So you'll see my technicals, you'll see my charts, you'll see my stop losses and my take profits like I've done for this trade I'm currently in. You can see my support zones where I'm expecting to see a bounce. I'll put that in here. But also, I'll put a little bit of a commentary, right? So I'll say, be careful of CPI or be careful of Jackson Hole next week. Because most technical traders do not put that fundamental element on top. So I will show you a trade pattern, but just like I do in these videos, I will make sure I give you the fundamental reasons behind it, because I don't care if you have a breakout of an ascending triangle going into a critical macro event which could throw you to the downside. Then your technicals don't matter. So I'll always marry this up with some captions, with some annotations to let you guys know what's going on. So definitely do check out CoinPanel. Really, really good platform. One I definitely enjoy using, because what you can do is they've got this full trade feature. And with this full trade feature, not only can you, because basically on a normal exchange, you can't set your stop losses and take profits together, right? You get one or the other, and it becomes a real pain on certain exchanges. With CoinPanel, it does it all for you. You don't have to manage any of it. It's all done there in one place. You don't need to worry. You can set it, you can forget it, and off you go. Super easy to use. Check it out, app.coinpanel.com/Ijaz. And as we can see here, fear and greed index notched down heavily from yesterday. And a whole bunch of people really did panic yesterday. And because we started seeing FOMO really start to kick in. And it's at these moments that it's important for me to jump on and tell you guys, do not let this market shake you out. Right? We've lost 11 points here on Fear and Greed Index simply because Bitcoin got rejected from 25. And yet people are forgetting that we were at 17,600 just a little while ago. And this is how markets shake you out. I am convinced that Bitcoin will go on an explosive move shortly. And I think it will be really fast and really powerful, right? You look at the VPVR and you see how thinly traded this volume is. I can't get over this point. I know this is the final standing for the bears, and how they managed to hang on there at 25,000 was real great strength that they managed to push us back down. But I think once we clear this level, we'll get a nice explosive move up to 29,000, 30,000. And I think this could be the final shakeout. If you get shaken out here, then you've only got yourself to question, right? What is shaking you out? What is playing with your psychological elements? Because ultimately the whales and the other players, they want to do this. They want to throw the price to the downside so they can accumulate, right? But we do not want to sell them our Bitcoin. We do not want to sell them our long-term positions. And we want to be in the market. I want to be in the market, because if this runs up to 29, 30,000, I don't want to be the guy sitting at the bus stop going, hang on, the bus is going to come pick me up at 17,600. There is no guarantee. Anybody who's giving you a guarantee that it's going to come back to 20,000, or I'm still hearing these crazy things like Bitcoin to 10,000. Okay, put your hat on it then. Take all your money out and wait for Bitcoin to get to 10,000. Those people who are saying that, you do that. Let's see how that goes. Now, obviously, it's not out of the realms of possibility for Bitcoin to get to 17,600. It could. It can get to 15,000, right? People calling 10,000, it's a bit premature. What technical foundations are telling you that it's getting to 10,000? But to sit there and wait with your portfolio on the sidelines for that is hugely irresponsible. I personally would not be comfortable at all doing that. Like I said, I'm 85% in this market. I've got a little bit on the sidelines. If we get that dip back into this channel, if we're back between 22,000 and 18,700, I'm happy to nibble. If we break below this level, I'm going hard. I'm selling everything and I'm going hard in the paint, right? But what I'm looking for is I'm looking for this move, which is still set up nicely for us to get to this 28, 29,000 marks. That is what I'm looking for here. Now, we may need to be a little bit more patient. We may need to come to 22,000 and get some support back, but that's the move I'm looking for. Now, I will stop my position if I see we're starting to come towards this 22,000 level mark, okay? So that's what I'm looking for. If we lose this trend line, then things get a little bit nasty on the short-term my short-term trade, okay? So in terms of my short-term trade, I don't want you guys to get confused. I will stop that out if we get to around this level, but I'll keep you guys updated on CoinPanel and also here. But for my long-term portfolio, I'm in the market, 85% in the market, and I'm waiting for this move up. Because if we look at the weekly chart here, let me just bring out this weekly chart. If we look at this weekly chart, and let's bring out the EMA ribbon, this is all I'm looking for, and we're nearly there, right? We've managed to take this move up in towards our EMA ribbon. We want to take this up into it, and you can start taking profits at 28,000, but I think even going in towards the middle of our EMA ribbon is perfectly possible. Even if the bears want to come in there and push us down, fine. But that is the ride we want to take. What you don't want to do is you don't want to be out of the market, this rally up into our EMA ribbon, and then suddenly the bulls take control, flip it, either to the upside and go for our next bull run, or it does this. Right? It starts channeling between 30 and 35, because you're going to be that guy that was sitting there saying, oh, I wanted to buy Bitcoin back at 17,600. I thought it was going to come back down. All these influencers are telling me it's going to come back down. And now I'm not in the market. Now Bitcoin's at between 30 and 35 and it's too expensive. It's double the price. I can't get in the market. And then guess what happens? Yep, Bitcoin breaks, goes to 40, 45, 50. We've seen this movie play out time and time again. So act in the moment, be rational, keep the emotions to the outside. Anybody who are giving you promises about price getting to a certain level is lying. right? It doesn't. There's no guarantee of where this price is going. What you can control is what you're doing with your portfolio. So stay the course, navigate this, dollar cost average, hold, right? That's what I'm doing. I'm dollar cost averaging and hold. You guys do your own research and do what's best for you. But in my personal experience, that's what's worked effectively for me. Detaching my emotions from the market, building my conviction, and just steadily getting into the market. Trying to figure out to get some more cash, put it into the market. Get some more cash, put it into the market. And right now, whether you like it or not, in the long term, if your thesis is that Bitcoin's going to get to 150K, 200K, 250, whatever it is, if your thesis is Bitcoin's going to get to $1 million, are you really going to look back in 4 years' time, 5 years' time going, you know what? The reason I messed up is because I bought Bitcoin at 23 instead of 19. Is that really going to make a difference to your portfolio? Because if it is, you've messed up either way, right? It's not going to make a huge difference to you, a couple of grand, right? But the difference between being in the market and not in the market is what's going to make you miss out on this generational opportunity of riding crypto's next bull run. And that is what you don't want to miss for the sake of a couple of grand. And that's why I don't understand. And it's human psychology. When you've been through a sustained crypto winter and all you've seen is red, all you've seen is pain, all you've seen is downside, and every influencer, every Twitter person, every person you look up to is saying there's going to be more downside. There's going to be more. You get into this rut where you just expect it to go down. And crypto time and time again has risen like a phoenix when you least expect it, because that's how whales and institutions want to manipulate the price. They want it to move when they're ready, not when you're ready. That is why I don't time the market. I just spend time in the market. Very common phrase, become almost a cliche now, but it's true. Stay in the market, and I don't spend time out of the market. I leave my funds in, I'll ride it to the top, I'll ride it to the bottom. It doesn't matter because I've got conviction, right? If I didn't have conviction and Bitcoin's sitting there at 17,600, then I'm sweating. I'm like, oh, Bitcoin's going to die, I'm going to lose all my money. But at never point was that an issue. The only issue for me is why can't I get more cash to put in the market? I just wish I had more to put more in the market, and that's how you should feel. Right? If you had real conviction, that is all you would feel is, Bitcoin's at 20 and I still can't get more cash to put in. I wish I got more. Now it's at 23. Now I need to pay even more, right? You should feel that kind of frustration, because when the market's going green, you're going to have the opposite feeling. You're just going to be like, this is boring. There's nothing to do. If you've been spoiled by 17,600 Bitcoin, you're going to find it very difficult to buy at 34, 50, 60, but you're going to have to still dollar cost average. I still had to do that, right? I was buying Bitcoin super cheap, but I still dollar cost averaged it. There's some Bitcoin, which I bought at 69 right at the top. I didn't sell it. It doesn't matter, because that's the game I'm playing. I'm ready to dollar cost average. I'll buy more at lower price, of course. When people are fearful, when the fear and greed index was nasty, at the lows at 17,000, I was loading up. And I continue to, but I'll be doing less so when the markets are really greedy, when that FOMO comes in, when the tourists come in, when people really start believing that price is going up. You'll see those long-term holders sell, and I'll be one of them. I'll be trimming those profits out, getting ready for the next crypto winter at that point. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smash up the like button and subscribe. Do check out CoinPanel, app.coinpanel.com/Ijaz. Check that out. Go watch this video here on BitDAO, because I did a tokenomics breakdown of BitDAO. Now, I don't care if you don't care about BitDAO, but you need to watch this video, because this is one of the best tokenomics breakdowns I've done, showing you tools and resources of how I break down a token. So go watch it, take some notes, and next time you're looking at the tokenomics of a video, follow that structure and you won't go wrong. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.